Hello, and thank you for coming today for our Education Abroad 101 info session. Today, we're going to be talking about everything to do with education abroad. And our first point of contact is why we call it education abroad, because it is so much more than just studying abroad. Of course, we have programs where the traditional sense that you take classes in another country, and that is studying abroad. We also have faculty-led abroad courses, and this is when a TW course has a travel component added to it. And so you'll travel with your class for 1 to 3 weeks. There's also hands-on experiences such as internships, service learning or volunteering, and research. So we have lots of different options and many different education abroad opportunities. Why go abroad? There are many different reasons why everyone goes abroad. Some of them include personal and academic and professional growth. Some students like to practice or learn a new language. It's an opportunity to travel outside of Texas, outside of the US, also outside of the city that you are studying in. Self-reflective experience that challenges what you believe and what you've been taught by having real-world experience. You'll gain confidence in yourself and your abilities inside and outside of the classroom, as well as getting a break from your academic routine with new professors or new experiences and skills. There's also networking opportunities as well that you'll be able to meet lots of friends and also potentially for your future career path. It also enhances employment opportunities. How can you study abroad? We'll first talk about the different programs, and all of these pictures in this presentation are all TW students who have gone on an education abroad program. So our most popular for our students are our TW faculty-led abroad courses. This is, again, when a TW professor decides to add a travel component to an existing TW course. Many different academic fields go abroad, and it really just depends on the professor and that department at that time. Length is usually pretty short, only 1 to 3 weeks long, and typically goes over summer sessions, but sometimes also over winter and spring break. The average cost is the cheapest out of all of our different programs because it is a shorter time length that you are abroad, and the tuition is already included as part of your regular TW tuition. Locations, they go everywhere around the world. So some of the examples for past programs, concert, choir, music, band, wind symphony, all different music majors have gone abroad all over to also perform and get that experience to be able to perform abroad. Nursing goes every year. They've gone to many different continents, and they'll be going again this year. Honors typically goes every year with an English class in the fall and traveling to Europe in January over winter break. Fashion, dental hygiene, psychology, deaf education, many different programs have gone abroad in the past, as well as in the future. Worldwide partners, this is your choose your own adventure. So this is when you can choose where you want to go, how long you want to go for, when do you want to go, what do you want to do there, what courses do you want to take, where do you want to live. All of these decisions that you can make and about your program that you want to do is going to affect the cost. So depending on what you decide, the price is going to vary. And also, if you go for a few weeks over the summer to Costa Rica versus a year in Australia, those are very different costs for those programs. We work with 3 providers, AIFS, API, and ISA&T by World Strides, and they all have programs all over the world in many different countries with academics courses for everyone. Harlaxon College is a really unique program where the University of Evansville was gifted a English Manor in the countryside of England, about an hour and a half north of London in the 70s, and it is now their British campus. So it is this beautiful manor, 110 rooms, and we typically have a few students who go together, especially over the summer. We've also had professors who go and teach abroad for a semester. The semester's program fee is all inclusive of the tuition, the housing, the meals, activities and events, and all of these different things. So that is an inclusive fee, not including the airfare to get there though. Summer varies based on tuition is not included in the program fee for the summertime. So Harlaxton College is a really great place because it's all American students studying abroad and living in this manner. You are sorted into houses, and so there is residence life and student organizations, clubs, sports, activities. There's college-led travel and volunteering and internships there. They have honors classes and research. The coursework, they always offer some British studies as well as many other disciplines, depending on who is teaching there this summer or that semester, so it changes. Harlaxton has this brand new program called the First Scholars Program, and it is a cohort program for students who are first of their kind. It is for the fall semester, and it is an additional support system for students who are maybe first generation, first of their kind to travel abroad or study abroad. And so it gives these students extra support, including a pre-orientation, ongoing support with events and workshops throughout the semester, including workshops in academics, career, travel and identity, many different things to help support students, as well as a pretty good scholarship. So this is an additional scholarship for those who apply. Also, a bonus for any student who is going to TW or any TW student who is going to Harlaxton. We were gifted some money over for students who wants to go, and so we want to give that to you. It's an automatic $500 for if you go over the summer and $1,000 if you go for a semester. This is different than the First Scholars Program. That is an additional scholarship for the students who apply and are accepted into that program. So what do you want to take while you are abroad? There's lots of different options for courses. Depending on your major, some majors are much more rigid and a little bit harder to find courses abroad that will work. And so that's why we try to tell you to save your core courses. If you have not taken your core course requirements yet, save them and take them abroad. Some of the core courses here are able to be taken abroad very easily and get approved. Language, philosophy, and culture is kind of perfect to take that abroad. There's also your global perspectives requirement, that's a possibility, as well as major and minor courses, again, depending on your major or minor, what is available. And also if you have room for electives, those are also options for you. Internships. So we've had many different internships over the years and coming up. This is when you work, have hands-on experience with a real company or organization. Typically they are unpaid, but they can be for credit depending on your major. And so just you need to work with your internship coordinator in your department as well as with our office to make sure that we can get it all sorted out and get an internship where you are learning about business in Barcelona or Dublin, sustainability research, fashion and art and graphic design and anything else you can think of. We have a lot of different internships through our provider partners that you might be interested in learning more about and doing. So competencies for a career-ready workforce. These are some of the competencies that NACE has described as skills that job employers are looking for when they are looking through resumes and trying to find potential employees. And these are all skills that you will work on and improve and learn while abroad. Some more transferable skills that you'd be able to add to your resume once you've had your education abroad experience are some of the ones like time management, critical thinking, innovation, creativity, curiosity, leadership, problem solving, crisis management, adaptability, and cultural awareness. And of course, cultural competency, intercultural competency. Now, how are you going to pay for this? So financing education abroad. If you are if you are earning academic credit, then you can use your financial aid. You'll need to talk to financial aid and learn what your award package requires, and so that you can meet those requirements and use your financial aid. There are many other scholarships as well. If you are a Terry Scholar, they have a $5,000 stipend specifically for you to use to study abroad. There's also the TW Education Abroad Scholarship, and this is a scholarship that is taken from your student fees. So we want to give that money back to you. This is for any student, undergraduate or graduate, who is taking academic credit while abroad, can earn up to $1,500. So make sure that you apply for that if you are going to be going abroad. Depending on where you are going, if you decide to go to a university abroad, and sometimes they have scholarships specifically for study abroad students. And so that's another scholarship that you can add on. Our providers each have scholarships and grants, so some of it will be automatic just because we are partners with them. You may get $200 off, you may get $1,000 off, maybe up to $2,500 off or more. There's a lot of different scholarships and grants through our providers. And then also national scholarships as well. So Gilman is a really great one because it is up to $5,000. It is nationally competitive, but we do have a Gilman advisor working in our office. Taylor Morgan is our Director of Education Abroad, and she will help you with your Gilman Scholarship application. She can help you organize your thoughts when thinking about how you want to answer your essay questions, as well as helping you edit and make sure you stay on topic for your essay questions for that scholarship. For the Gilman Scholarship, it is up to $5,000, but it is only for Pell Grant eligible students. There's also the Fund for Education Abroad, also up to $5,000, and that deadline is coming up in February. The Gilman will be, their next deadline is March 7th, and our next TW Education Abroad Scholarship is March 15th. We have many, many more scholarships available on our website for you to peruse and look through and see which ones you are eligible for, and we recommend you applying to as many as possible. Here's a cost breakdown of a student who went to Athens in Greece for a little over a month for a summer semester. Their program fee was about $7,500, and that included their tuition and housing support while they were abroad, pre-departure and on-site orientation, events, activities, excursions. It included a lot of things. For the student, it did not include meals, so that's an additional estimated cost, books and materials, airfare, and local transportation. So when looking at, that estimate of $11,605, that's a little scary for a little over a month. However, this student received the full amount of the Gilman Scholarship, full amount of the Education Abroad Scholarship from TW, as well as scholarships and grants from the provider as well. So from that $11,600, it now went down to she just needed to find $1,600 to cover the rest of the cost, which financially covered the rest of that. So she was able to go for free for no cost to her through just scholarships. This is another scholarship, or this is another example of a student who went for a longer period for a little bit more money. So she went to Florence for a little over for the spring semester. For this one, the program fee included the tuition, meals and housing, events, activities, orientation, support, um, excursions, a bunch of different things. And then we also budgeted for books and materials, airfare, and local transportation, which again, that number 18,000 is, a little scary. But again, she was able to pay for most of it with different scholarships, including her Terry scholarship. And so through all of those different scholarships and grants, she had only 3,000 that she had to come up with, which again was covered by financial aid. So she also was able to go for no cost out of pocket. It was all covered by scholarships and grants. So these are just two examples, and the most important thing is to plan ahead so that you have time to apply for all of these different scholarships. So, what is the process for studying abroad, for interning, for volunteering? You want to identify your goals. Why do you want to go abroad? What do you want to get out of this experience? What are your priorities? And then you'll compare your programs. Do you want to go with a TW faculty-led program? Do you want to go with one of our providers? Do you want to intern or volunteer? Choosing what program is right for you. We have over 400 programs, so many to choose from, and there is one for you. So compare and choose the one that is the best fit for you. You'll apply to that program as well as with our office, so there'll be two applications. And you'll want to make sure that you are aware of scholarship deadlines and application deadlines, deposit deadlines, all of that. And you'll want to complete that. You'll also get your courses pre-approved so that before you even go, you know that the courses that you're going to be taking abroad are going to be transferred back and fit into your TW degree plan, so that you can stay on track for graduation. You'll also want to apply to as many scholarships as you want and prepare to leave with a pre-departure orientation. And when you return, you'll return and have a re-entry orientation with us and join our Education Abroad Alumni Network. So that is the overall process. The farther in advance that you can plan, the better. That way you can make sure that you have the courses, that you have course options, that you can apply for the scholarships, and that you're not waiting until the last minute trying to figure out how it's all going to work. So right now, start planning, talk to your academic advisor, whether that's your major or minor advisors, to figure out what courses you could potentially take abroad and which ones you have to take here. Set aside the courses that you might be able to take abroad, like your core courses, and make sure that they're aware. Goal setting, so figuring out what you want to do, why you want to go, what you want to get out of it. Set up a meeting with our office to talk about this goal setting. You can also explore all of the different scholarship opportunities and think about your budgeting and consider all of the different costs so you can work ahead and get everything covered, or as much as possible covered. We have some other events previously recorded on our website, including one about financing study abroad. So that is everything to do with money, and then also one specifically for the Gilman Scholarship for the Pell Grant eligible students who are interested in applying for that. We appreciate your time and attention to this presentation. Please connect with us. I am, again, Alex Roman, the Education Abroad Advisor. Taylor Morgan is our Director of Education Abroad and also our Gilman Advisor. We are located in Old Main on the Denton campus on the first floor. You can reach us by email, by phone, and you can also sign up for our monthly newsletter. There's also we have a lot of great information on our website, and we recommend you looking through that as well as through all of the FAQs and many, many other resources on our website. We also have our Instagram, and that is always up to date with upcoming events, with info from our alumni and resources. So please stay connected with us, and we hope to see you soon for when you decide where you want to have an education abroad experience. Thank you again.